Good day, everyone, and welcome for today's discussion. For our topic, talks about students' level factors affecting achievement that focus on motivation. Good day, class. Today we are going to talk about motivation, a powerful factor that affects how well students achieve in school. According to Marzano in 2003, motivation is a complex interactions of the different forces that make a student either eager to learn or a resistance to learn. We will explore the five major theories of motivation, understand the motivate students, and apply these ideas through a reflective questions and activities. So first, we have the drive theory by Attic and Son. The first theory is the drive theory. It says the two forces influence students' behavior. Striving for success, a student is motivated by the emotional reward of achievement. Secondly, we have fear of failure. As students avoid tasks because they do not want to experience the negative feeling of failing. Just for instance, a success-oriented students volunteers for a group report because they enjoy the feeling of accomplishment. Secondly, we have a failure avoidant student stays quiet because they fear being embarrassed or making mistakes. For our second topic is the attribution theory. It talks about the second theory. It talks about which explain the students' belief about the cause of their success or failure affects their motivation more than an actual outcomes. Students usually attribute their performance to the ability, like I'm good at this. Effort, like I study hard just to pass the exam. The luck, swerte lang. 'Di ba? Those are the things that we can say that those are one of those examples. And lastly, we have the task difficulty. It's too hard kasi like we face different challenges in life. So, for the instance, if a student fail and says, I failed because I didn't study, they can still be motivated to improve. But they say, I failed because I'm stupid. The motivation is decreased. So those are the motivations that lead us to increase our low motivation. Thirdly, we have the self-worth theory. The third theory is the self-worth theory. This theory states that the student wants to feel worthy and accepted. To maintain a self-worth, they want to succeed or at least to avoid looking incompetent. Just for instance, as students may choose easy tasks to protect their image. Another may push themselves to excel because their sense of worth depends on academic performances. Also, we have the emotional theory by Lex Dox. The fourth theory emphasizes the role of emotions. Emotions are the powerful motivators and can override logic or beliefs. Just for instance, when a students become emotionally invested in a project like making match video or designing artwork, they use to stay up late research more and work harder because they feel stronger about it. Lastly, we have the self-system theory by Marzano. The fifth theory is Marzano's self-system theory. This combines all the previous theory. It states that inside each student is a system of needs. The aspiration that leads us to be more motivated. And the drives, we are more driven by our determination and motivation in life to succeed, and the personal goals in order for us to keep motivated in every discussion, in every lesson. These interactions that influence students to be more motivated. And one of the most example for this is using the Maslow hierarchy. If a student lacks to sleep, food, or sense of belonging, motivations for schoolwork naturally drops. That leads our students to be more motivated in their academic performances. So in my conclusion for the main theory, this theory helps us to understand the motivation is not just a simple motivation. It is shaped by emotion, beliefs, needs, environment, and most especially our experience. With this understanding, teachers and schools can design the strategies that truly motivate our students to achieve their goal. So here are some questions. Can a good school and good teachers transform poorly motivated students into highly motivated ones? Yes, absolutely. A positive school environment and support teachers can increase students' motivation. Good teachers provide encouragement, meaningful activities, and a safe learning space. This can help even reluctant learners to develop a desire to succeed. Second question, Castile analyze students A and B teachers' explanation. Students A comes from a family or achievers, while student B is only achiever in his family. All things are equal. Will they perform the same? Not necessarily. Students it may feel encouraged or pressured because achievement is not normal in the family. Student B may be highly motivated to break patterns and to prove himself. Because family and environment influence performance, but does not determine the motivation of every individuals. That it still plays a big role because our environment, our family is our support system, whether to be motivated in every academic performances, because our family relies our motivation, emotion, feelings, goals, and success. For our third question, act out ways your parents show your concern. Did you welcome it? Parents show concern by checking assignments, attending school events, or advising us to study. Some students appreciate it, while others may feel pressured. What matters is how the concern is being expressed and how the students being interpreted. For the fourth question, which extreme style of parenting is better? Between very strict and very permissive. None is perfect. But balanced parenting, sometimes called authoritative parenting. It mixes guidance with freedom, discipline with support. And the fifth question, if you were a parent, which parenting style would you to adopt? I would choose a balanced style. Firm with rules but open with communication. But it highlights also their freedom to learn and to be corrected. And the third question, among the three factors that affect achievement, which is the strongest? The three factors are school level, teacher level, school level and teacher level, and student level are the factors in motivating our students. Research shows that student level factors are the strongest, biggest motivation, effort, and personal belief primarily drive into achievement. Because students level factors, it's someone's are being opened by their peer classmates, or someone's who can open up our problem in terms our difficulties to express our problem towards to our parents, teachers. But our classmate, it seems that normal for us to open up, to share our thoughts, to express our sides. And that is the most factors that the strongest in getting motivation. The effort and personal beliefs are driven into achievement. For our reflection, achievers like Bonifacio Mavini and Edison shows that in the end, person must be motivated by themselves. Supports helps, but self-motivation is the greatest force. Their stories inspired us because they succeed despite the challenges, their circumstances, showing that determination and purpose can overcome limits. Strengthens organization symposium on building effective school. These are the activity that we will gather insight from our practitioners in high-performing schools. They will share a strategies such as a strong leadership, highly expectations, and positive learning culture is the most asset to become motivated in ourselves. Secondly, conduct a meta-analysis of research on effective schools because each group will gather 2 or more studies and summarize what makes schools ineffective. Findings include a strong leadership, consistency, assessment in practice, and a support learning environment is one of our strategies in order for us to become more motivated. So in my conclusion, to summarize, motivation is influenced by many interacting forces, emotions, beliefs, success, family, environment, and personal goals. As a future educators, understanding these theories helps us to create a classroom where students feel inspired and achieve. That will be all. I hope you learned something. Once again, I am Teacher William, and that will be all. I hope you learned something.